Benny Paret teased him for being gay. He kept talking shit about him being gay. He was definitely being teased about that, but that was the rumor that he was.
He beat the shit out of him?
He beat him to death.
But that wasn't illegal, right?
Nope. I mean, he wasn't trying to. He was trying to knock him out. He's stuck in the ropes, and Emile Griffith just teeing off on him while he's out. So he's trapped in the ropes, and he collapses, and then he's dead.
He said to me one day, if I don't mind going with him to the gym. I said, no. When we got there, he said to me, you see a gentleman over there? I said, yes. And then I went, it was Clancy. Clancy said to me, well, you go inside and start getting undressed. I said, undressed for what? I ain't doing nothing. So he said, you're going to box. I said, I'm not going to box nobody.
You know, normally I don't put a fighter in the Golden Gloves unless I train him for at least a year. But Emile came to me in November, and the first Golden Glove bout was in January. That's only a couple of months. But he showed me so much promise. I said, I'm going to take a chance with this kid.
He was one of the best dancers there was. Rumba, cha-cha-cha, mambo. We became friends. I went to one of his fights. St. Nicholas Arena. That was the first time I saw him fight. He sent me flowers, and the first day he took me to a movie. And the lady I used to live with was my chaperone because I wouldn't go out alone. In those days, you didn't go out alone with guys. He didn't speak English at all. And I hardly spoke Spanish. Well, we got along all right. But then we had enough. I wanted to dance. I didn't really want to get married. I was only 19. But then it happened. I got pregnant and we had to get married. That's life. He adored his baby. When he saw him, everything was his son, my son, my son. He would take him everywhere. He went to play pool, he'd take him. He went to play dominoes, he'd take him. He said he's too pretty to box, they're gonna mess his face. He wants him to be a lawyer, a doctor, nothing to hit him.
Paret was a guy, he was very, very similar to Emile because he was very, very good fundamentally.
Busy, aggressive.
But he did not have a big punch.
Benny Paret would take like 3 or 4 shots for every one he gave.
He would take 10 to get in 1.
He could take 50 punches to land 2.
But he had a toughness to him that came down to keep hitting me. Your hands are going to hurt and I'm going to win. As a fighter of the television era, he was perfect for what the people who produced those fights wanted.
There was a little bit of bad blood in that fight. That's where the bad blood really started. There was an incident at the weigh-in. Paret's corner started making disparaging marks and used the word maricon.
He did, you know, kept him saying maricon, that means gay. And to him, I guess he heard somewhere that Emile Griffith was gay. I don't know because I never talked to the guy. But that's the way they treated each other. He was gay and Benny was a man. I don't know what went in between them.
Maricon is even like, at least in Latino culture, it's probably the most derogatory word you can use. Because of the enormous homophobic nature of the culture for so long.
He didn't know that I understood a little Spanish. But at the time, I knew maricon meant faggot, and I wasn't nobody faggot. It bothered me very much when I lose a fight. Sometimes I didn't used to go to the gym. I used to stay home thinking why I lost the fight, how I lost the fight. I couldn't get along with myself. My mother used to say, go out of the house, go to the gym, see Clancy, he'll tell you.
So many fights come down to the guy that wants it more wins the fight. And that's the guy that goes on to become a better fighter.
I knew from talking to Emile, he wanted to get a title back. He knew what it was when he was a champion. It was different of calling champ and being ex-champ. It was a big different thing to him. He was in seclusion most of the time. He didn't want to hang around too much with anyone. He just wanted to train.
Before the third fight, he had told me, he says, if he says anything to me at the weigh-in, he says, I'm going to hit him right at the weigh-in. I said, no, you're not, Emile. So you spent a month training to hit the guy at the weigh-in, and you don't get paid, nothing happens. So when Emile got on the scale, Paret went right behind him and said, Metacone.
And he turned around and he said, if you don't stop that, we're going to have it out right here. Paret was smiling at him.
I started to go after him to hit him. And Clancy said, behave yourself, don't fight up here, wait for the night of the fight.
Griffith is a sensitive human being. He's a kid who has feelings. Likes to be loved. Likes to be liked.
Introducing from the Virgin Islands and New York City, wearing black trunks, weighing 144, the challenger, Emile Griffith. His opponent from Santa Clara, Cuba, wearing white trunks, he weighs 146 and a quarter, the welterweight king, Benny Kid Paret. 15 rounds for the welterweight championship of the world. Ruby Goldstein. The judges, ladies and gentlemen, is Tony Rossi and Frank Forbes. The timekeeper, George Bannon. Counting for the knockdowns, Johnny Colan. And your referee for the main event, Ruby Goldstein. Is there any question on your mind? I have instructions to I will be waiting. I will watch that. Because this is a championship fight, you know we are waiving the 3 knockdowns in 1 round. We are waiving the mandatory 8 counts. And I want you to remember, if a man scores a knockdown, he has to go to a neutral corner and trade it until I tell him to come out fighting. You shake hands now, not when you come out, and good luck to both of you.
Benny Kid Paret speaks very, very little English, but his manager, Manny Alfaro, speaks both Spanish and English. Of course, Emile Griffith speaks good English. The scoring here in New York is on a rounds basis with a supplementary point system if the rounds come out even on an official's card. And as Ruby has told you, there will be no 3 knockdown rule, no automatic 8 count. Round 1, scheduled for 15. Griffith in the black trunks, Paret in white. The third meeting of the two, they've each won 1. Welterweight championship at stake. Folks around the ringside here are very much surprised at the low weight which Griffith came in at, 144. He was 147 for their last title bout in September. Benny Kid Paret seems to be at a normal weight. In his training, Griffith emphasized a quick sneak right hand. He just got one over, as you noticed. Paret's a bouncy fighter. Paret usually fights better when hurt or when he's backed against the ropes. Paret apparently trying to slow down Griffith, the faster of the two. Paret is working the body. Fighting tonight with 6-ounce gloves, championship style. 1 minute to go in round one. Paret was shaken by that right hand by Griffith, following the left hook. The milling is in Griffith's corner. Ten seconds to go in round one. There's the bell. Coming up to round 6 for the welterweight title, the champion Benny Kid Paret in white, Emile Griffith the challenger in black. Scheduled for 15. Griffith, who was slugging last round, is boxing in this round. Round 6 about half over. Seconds left here in this round. There goes Griffith down. That's Griffith, the first time I've seen him down in his own corner. The round is almost over. I don't think he knows where he is. The count is 8. He took a count of 8. There's the bell ending round 6, and they're still battling. There goes Griffith back to his corner. Paret caught him with a sneak right hand just when Griffith seemed to be having everything his own way. There's Gil Clancy working on him. I think he was out on his feet there for a moment. Sid Martin works on him from the left. Howie Albert looks on. That was a real surprise. Griffith seemed to be building up a pretty big lead, and it is fortunate for the challenger that the round was almost over, and unfortunate for the champion, Benny Kid Paret. It's quite possible that if there had been another minute or so to go, Paret might have scored a knockout. Griffith has never been knocked out, but he seemed to be out on his feet. Coming up to round 12. Paret, the champion, white trunks, Griffith in black. In case you joined us late, Griffith probably built up an early lead. That's our unofficial opinion. And then Paret almost knocked him out at the end of the 6th round. Since then, it's been kind of nip and tuck. Ruby Goldstein, the referee. Both boys seem to be pacing themselves for what might be a furious finish. 2 minutes left in this round. This is probably the tamest round of the entire fight. Not there. There's Paret was rocked again. Griffith rocked him. Paret against the ropes, almost helpless. A minute to go. And they're going to stop it. They're going to stop it as Paret sags to the canvas. Paret goes down from sheer exhaustion. Look at him there. As his handlers put his mouthpiece out. Dr. Schiff is coming over to look at him. Paret has collapsed from exhaustion from that beating on the ropes. And Dr. Alexander Schiff of the Commission is trying to get at him. The fight has been stopped, and the winner and new champion is Emile Griffith, but we're more concerned about the condition of Benny Kid Paret than we are about the title at the moment. We're going to have an interview with the winner. The time is 2:09 of this round. We'll have an interview with Emile Griffith as soon as we find out how Benny Kid Paret is.
The time, 2 minutes and 9 seconds of the 12th round. The winner by a knockout, and once again, welterweight champion of the world, Emile Griffith.
Griffith being announced as the welterweight champion. However, the story right now is Benny Kid Paret, as Griffith comes over to console with him, and Dr. Schiff works over him. Paret is stretched out in the corner just above us in a neutral corner. Dr. Alexander Schiff is working over him. Dr. Schiff, the commissioned doctor. Benny went down not from any one punch, but from an accumulation of punches. The gloves have been taken off him by Johnny Sula, one of his handlers. Benny has his eyes open now. Manny Alfaro, his manager, is talking to him. And that's Jose Terrera applying the water to him. Dr. Schiff says, let him alone. He'll probably be all right. No cause for excitement. Meanwhile, there are the happy handlers of Emile Griffith Gil Clancy, his arm around him, and the other two. They are probably going to take Paret out on a stretcher. Dr. Kleinman is also in the ring. Benny is being placed on a stretcher. Dr. Schiff taking another look at him there. I'll say this, they don't come any gamer than Paret. Crowd is applauding Paret, a well-deserved tribute to a game little battler.